And joining me now is Republican Congressman Ken Buck of Colorado. Congressman Buck, we got a week left before a potential government shutdown. There is no short-term deal in sight, so why on earth are you and your colleagues going home?
Well, first of all, Abby, I am here in Washington, D.C. I will be here all weekend in Washington, D.C. I will be working with others to try to reach that agreement that will keep the government open. I don't believe the government's going to shut down in 8 days. I think we will have a plan. We will pass a bill without any Democrat support, and we will move forward to make sure that Americans have confidence in government and understand that we're keeping this government open and funded.
So earlier this week, just so that folks understand, you voted against the defense spending bill, which is part of this process. But today you did switch your vote to a yes. It did still fail, though. You seem to have been satisfied with what the speaker put on the table, but your colleagues are not. At this point, to avoid a shutdown, why not reach across the aisle to Democrats to make a deal? A deal, by the way, that would pass the House and maybe have a chance to pass the Senate as well.
Yeah, so the bill that was on the floor today was the defense appropriations bill, and it was a procedural vote. I had voted against it because several of my colleagues wanted the numbers for all 12 of the appropriations bills so we could see how this fit in. We got those numbers yesterday. We changed our votes. Some other members objected to Ukraine funding and a few other things, and they voted no today. I think it's important to realize that the Senate hasn't passed on the floor of the House many appropriations bills. The House has passed one, and we're looking at passing a few more on Saturday. I believe members are going to be called back for that vote on Saturday. But the continuing resolution is a number that the Democrats put on the floor last year. So this year's appropriations were passed last year. Every Republican voted against that bill because the number was so high, and the continuing resolution would continue that spending level. So a lot of Republicans, including myself, are against that spending level.
So you're not willing to work with Democrats even if it means avoiding a shutdown?
Oh, no, I'm absolutely willing to work with Democrats. They're not willing to work with me. The bottom line is we can't keep spending the amount of money that we're spending. This country is going broke. We will have $2 trillion of debt, the highest amount of debt that we've ever had in this country's history this year. We can't keep going at that rate, and that's why I think it's so important to make sure people come together, find ways to cut spending so that we can get in a manageable area for debt.
So Speaker McCarthy, when he left the floor today, he was visibly frustrated. He criticized the far-right flank of your conference for wanting to, quote, just burn the place down. What's your view of that? Who is burning the place down?
Yeah, I think Kevin was probably very frustrated and was speaking out. I don't think it's a great idea for the speaker to do that because he's got to go back to those people and try to get their votes for the next bill. But I do think that we have a difference in our conference over the importance of deficit spending and creating more national debt. And the speaker's job is to bring people together and find a way to move bills forward. And I am confident that will happen in the next week.
But do you see do you understand his frustration? I mean, he seems to be saying, I'm putting all of the things that it sounds like you want on the table. And some members, there are definitely some members in the conference who are saying, we won't vote for any continuing resolution at all.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. I think that those members are saying, we're not going to vote for a continuing resolution at this number. When Kevin McCarthy was running for Speaker, he told the Freedom Caucus members that he would be willing to write appropriations bills at the $1.471 trillion number. He has now moved that number up significantly as a result of his negotiations with the president for the debt ceiling bill. And you can't promise a group of people two different things and then expect not to have the check come due someday. And right now is the time when that check is coming due. I still think we will be able to work through those issues, reach a compromise, and make sure we keep government open.
All right. The clock is absolutely ticking now for you and your colleagues on the Hill. Congressman Ken Buck, thank you.
Thank you.